Ever wonder how to create your own epic Star Wars title crawl? As a huge Star Wars fan, I'm going to show you how to do it in DaVinci Resolve. Stick around, and by the end of this video, you just add your intro and your music, and you'll be ready to impress your friends, your audience, everybody with your very own cinematic intro. To create this, let's break it down on how all this can be done. The second track here is the title track, and all I did is go up into the titles, and instead of selecting text plus, I selected scroll, which will give you a scroll up and down. Now, when it comes to the text, everything has a certain square pattern. The sentences won't go too far past a certain point, and when they do, they return automatically. I also set the alignment to center so that all the text would stay aligned to the middle. And when it comes to spots that didn't quite fill out the entire line, I would just, in that case, click on that and add a few spaces behind that, and that would then bring the text to the end and try to get it left aligned. Now for the font color, I just chose the HTML color, basically a gold color. For this font type I used was also Impact. Once I had all the lettering in place, I kept in mind that the speed of the scroll is going to be determined by how long you stretch this out to be. The shorter it is, the faster it is, the longer it is, the slower it will go. Now with that text selected in the upper inspector, under settings, you want to grab the pitch selector and move it till it actually tilts the entire frame, and with that gives you the look and feel that you are looking for. With that transform track selected, you want to go up to the left, click on the transform, and what I did is I actually shrunk this down a little bit to compensate for some of that stretch. And when I found the right size in the stretch, I just turned this transform off so as not to disturb it again. Another one thing that I noticed is that when the text is ending at the top of the cut, a line getting cut off. So what I did is I pulled back the softness a little bit and gave it that vinaigrette effect, almost looking like it's falling off into a shadow. I added the Starfield background here to the first track. I went to the toolbox and I went down to select generators. And within the generators, I was looking for Starfield. I dragged that down to the first track. In the inspector, you can change a lot of information, but I just basically left everything in this case as default. You can change any background that you wish to match your theme or to match whatever it is that you are doing at the time. Next, I added a adjustment clip right above the text, and in the adjustment clip I added two things. One was a directional blur, and because the text seemed a little too crisp and a little too different from the original, so adding a little bit of directional blur seemed to make it a little bit more cinematic. To get that directional blur, you just highlight the adjustment clip, go up to your toolbox, look for open FX, and in there is directional blur. Just get that and drag it onto your line, and then you can blur this just a little bit to make it look like it was originally. I also noticed that the text seemed to have a little bit of a glow in the original, so I actually added this to the Resolve FX light glow effect. You scroll down in the open FX, you scroll down until you see Resolve FX light glow. You drag that glow down to the adjustment clip. Then you set the color filter to the exact same color as the text is itself. And once you have set that, you then, using the color, just bring it down the gamma a little bit, and the saturation just a little bit as well, leaving a little bit of gamma seed to give it a fairly decent Star Wars effect. The very last thing to do is to give it a good cinematic music. Whatever effect you choose, you can place this all together, play it back, and see how it looks. Again, you can use any background that you want for your theme. You can use any music that you want to settle for your theme. This is all that you need to do.